Oh, we have to not start over, but TikTok, you get
we
to see
weren't
this
live.
twice. Well, that's part of the hey, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We already started, and then I realized we weren't live on YouTube. And Jake asked me how I was doing. The reason is because I'm so focused on my stomach. TikTok already heard this, but about an hour ago, I started feeling weird in my tum-tum, and I may get up and go barf at any time. And I'm so focused on not barfing right now that I forgot to go live on YouTube. So yeah, TikTok, you just heard a repeat of my sick stomach. And yeah, we were just talking about Jake may have to get up and run. I may have to get up and go barf. Jake may have to get up and leave because he's seeing so much Christy Nome. He might need to pleasure himself. So hi, welcome to the Discourse, YouTube. Hi, Rich.
The podcast. She's all I'm thinking about. I'm having fever dreams about Ice Barbie.
Oh, yes. And I pointed out rightly that I have to speak delicately about Miss Gnome because the last time I commented on her appearance, TikTok said, boom, you're no longer live. You insulted Christy Gnome, so you are no longer live. Ultra is here. Ooh.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Hopefully it doesn't. What if I didn't make it to the bathroom? What if I just barfed all over my computer and phone? Wouldn't that be fun? Just right into the camera.
Probably our highest rated episode ever. It'd get more viewing, I think.
I'd have a viral clip. Speaking of which, Jake, why don't you tell everybody why you're using Amy's computer right now?
Oh, well, my computer, I heard a little bit of, I think yours, dude, they booted you. They booted you from TikTok. Oh my God! For those people,
no. This says internet error. It's nothing I said. It says internet error.
Mine said it. Dude, they must be lying to you because mine said that they booted you for bullying.
March 11th. Yeah, live. Okay, so it's at an internet. Wow.
Yeah, man, they booted you for bullying again. That's hilarious.
Oh. And I was so delicate.
You were just joking.
Live access removed. This live goes against our community guidelines, harassment and bullying. What you can do. Do you agree with this decision? No, I don't.
Dude, this TikTok, they made them sell it to a U.S. company because, we don't want China getting access to our data and censoring us and pushing only things they want. And then look at what our fucking government's doing with this. He makes one crack about Christy Nome. And
it's not even a mean one.
And it wasn't even a tenth as mean as South Park was.
Hold on, I want to
for bullying.
There's a 20-second clip. It says it happened between minute 3:31 and 3:51. So let me see what I was saying. You're going to hear an echo. It's muted. Hold on.
For those on TikTok, he's playing it back on. We're on YouTube right now.
Jake, I say I'm barfing because he's seen so much Christy Nome. He might need to pleasure himself. So hi. It's not even where I said that I don't find her It's I pointed out rightly that I have nothing. It's just me talking about having to barf. Literally,
Maybe since we started on TikTok and we kind of did a recap of what we were talking about after we went live on YouTube, TikTok was like, these guys are hacked. They're doing the same material like in a loop. We can't.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I got a quick. There is absolutely nothing in that clip that is harassment or bullying, period.
Maybe
your algorithm is a failure, period.
Maybe say Christy Nome was the greatest DHS secretary we've ever had, and she was totally telling the truth about everything that went down in Minnesota. Like maybe just kiss her ass and
well, last time I appealed, I got it.
Everything.
Yeah, the last time I appealed, I got it like came back a second later saying, nope, appeal denied. It's like they did not even review it.
All right, listen, 1984 style government overlords. Timmel's sorry about everything he said about Christy Nome. He thinks that the $200 million of taxpayer money she spent on
that ad,
Yellowstone commercial, whatever she was doing there, it was money well spent. If anything,
best money ever.
Yeah. I'm glad that if our kids got to pay off anything from this administration, I'm glad it's that.
All right, so Bob wants me to pull up the Exorcist music if I barf at the camera. Grub said it's going to get the 3D glasses ready for it so I can see. Yeah, happy Women's Day. And then, yeah, Marvinator says maybe it was because I said the words pleasure yourself. I don't know, but what I said in that clip was,
Could be.
we'll see what the appeal says. Now I'm just getting dinged
I mean, for
every week.
2026, pleasure yourself is pretty toned down. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and I didn't even say she was fucking ugly like I did the week before. I said not visually appealing to me. But yeah, TikTok is just the absolute fucking worst. I wonder if I can download that clip so I can make a clip about this is what gets you censored on TikTok. Hopefully so. Otherwise, I'll just transcribe it. But either way. All right, so before we get into the big news, let's do like last week where we hit all the stupid little stories, and then we'll talk about the big news. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Actually, I still got to fuck with my lighting. Hang on.
All right. Well, see, this is why I sit in front of a window. Look at me. Not only am I perfectly lit, but you get to see the dingy basement I'm in. You get to see the punching bag, the broken lamp that we keep for no reason back there. I can't remember the last time we used that lamp, and yet it's been sitting in that corner of our basement for years at this point.
Hell yeah.
And yet we can't give it to Goodwill.
Goodwill.
All right, here's my first. What's that?
Goodwill's too good for your lamp? Is that what I just heard?
No, I said my wife won't let us get rid of it, even though it's just been sitting there. Goodwill would probably take it because it's a functional lamp.
Were they like, wait, fuck this lamp. No one's going to want this.
Grubbs noticed that thankfully you are wearing pants. So
yeah, but I'm pleasuring myself through the pants. So
there you go. When you're like 14 or 15, you don't really so when you're 11 or 12 and you haven't really figured it out yet, all you do is just sort of mash it and you do it through clothes because you're like, this feels weird and good, but you don't know what you're doing. All right, first story, clickbait headline. Nope, wrong one. Here we go. The clickbait, South Park writer sets up site calling for Barron to go to war. A writer for South Park thinks Barron Trump should be destroyed to Iran. Jake and commenters, when I read the headline, South Park writer sets up site calling for Barron to go to war, what do you think?
I mean, it sounds like he's trying to get them drafted. I'm going to sign off on TikTok, though, because I just realized I'm live on TikTok just staring.
Just salmon to yourself.
Hey, everybody on TikTok, go to YouTube, the last true bastion of freedom in America, because they didn't boot Tim off for bullying Kristi Noem. This is the Idiots on Parade podcast. Go to YouTube.
There you go.
There we go.
Here we go. Todd has it. You think Trey or Matt, or it sounds current. South Park writer, like someone on their staff. They always have a staff of like 5 writers. They bounce ideas around. It sounds current. It's like, oh, someone working on South Park has set up this thing. And then the first sentence, as the first American troops died in Donald Trump's war with Iran, Send Barron began trending worldwide, and a South Park writer had a website ready and waiting. Oh, I got blocked. When I first clicked on it, I could see the entire article, but apparently at time. The whole point is he wrote down South Park for 1 or 2 seasons 20 years ago. Like they're saying South Park writer set up. No, he wrote there for it. It's not a current thing, but that clickbait makes you think it's Trey or Matt.
It should be,
or that former, it should say.
It should say former, and they get away with it on a technicality too. That's what bugs me so much about it. It's like, yeah, the dude was at one point a South Park writer, you know. So I mean, it's not like a lie. It's just a wildly misleading title.
Right. It just, and the funny, now I'm looking at the comments because all I can read those, everybody's talking about Barron. I wish someone would point out what we did, which is, hey, you kind of, sort of tricked us here by making us think, like Todd said, it could be Trey or Matt. That would be South Park creator, but still, it's very misleading.
Yeah, they would have thrown the name up there. Yeah.
I like how I turned my head, even though Bluetooth is going to pick up my burp. If Chip just tuned in, Chip, I have a bubbly tummy. I'm either going to be burping or running away to barf. So, yeah, the technical difficulties today are with my belly. I don't know what's going on down there, but it's just all messed up. All right, second clickbait headline. This one I really liked. The second one I really liked because the thumbnail and the headline basically tragic details about How I Met Your Mother star Allison Hanigan. What does that suggest?
Not unalived.
Yeah, so, well, either that or terminal illness or something happened to a kid or something that's like there are tragic details with Allison Hanigan's life. What's going on? And you read it and it's like many look at her notable roles and assumed Hollywood is, well, here we, even with, God, she was once bullied for a commercial she did as a kid. She forgot her lines when auditioning for Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the 1990s. It's a series of shit that happened to her in her life. It's not nothing. Oh, Jake just went away. It's nothing tragic. Like, yeah, it could be cancer. It could be she died. But the whole thing is, it's a retrospective on, like I just said, she forgot her lines while auditioning for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Is that really a tragic detail about her life? She got the goddamn show and was on it for the entire run. What else is a tragic detail? She did a commercial for, what was it, Miralax? Where is it? They get a commercials. Mylanta. Like I could be using right now to relieve indigestion. And so she gets this commercial for Mylanta as a kid, but then she gets bullied. Oh my God. And she's here. This is the tragic development. She's haunted by that classic American Pie line about fucking a flute. I mean, oh, here's another tragedy. Hannigan wasn't paid very much for American Pie. You know what the budget for American Pie was? $12 million. No one got paid anything. The idea that this
She
headline
would have on the
is,
sequel, though, right?
yeah, they would have got paid more for the others. But yeah, the first one out of the gate was just a low budget comedy that took off.
You know,
All she had is a normal life with ups and downs. Massive news,
especially
yes.
in the 90s and stuff. Like, this is not, when you go tragic detail and she's still alive, it's like, oh, she got Weinstein for sure. And it's like, man, someone was a dick in a commercial once. It's like, wait, you mean he took his dick out, right? No. He just, metaphorically, he was a bit of a dick. Like, wait, no. Tragic is, I mean, mildly annoying at best, you mean. I mean, the hyperbole here is insane.
But that's why I love clicking these headlines. I love them because it's like, yeah, this is one of the best I've ever seen. I mean, it really sucks you in because I'm a big Allison Hanigan fan. I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, ooh, what's going on with her life?
Sure.
Nothing. She just had a career, you know.
No, here's the thing. But it makes you almost mad at her, but then you remember this ain't her. You know what I mean?
No,
this is just her giving what she feels is a fluff interview. Like, oh yeah. You know, some ups and downs. There's a weird line that I got there in American Pie. People still yelling at me sometimes. And here's a fun story about a guy that was a dick at a commercial shoot. Anyway, have a good day. And then she reads the article the next day. The tragedy that is Allison Hanigan's career. It's like, wait, what? What? No.
Here's the best one. I sent it to you without reading the entire article. Now I'm scrolling. There is a clickbait. There's a clickbait header. You know how they do a bold header and then paragraph about that bold header and then like the subtitles. There's a bold subtitle header. He hated kissing Jason Segel on How I Met Your Mother. Ooh, like why did she hate Jason Segel? Was he a bad guy? No. What happened was he was a nice guy using mints and trying to set her at ease, but she had just gotten married, so she felt weird kissing another dude as an actor because she was married to someone else. And it's like the tragedy of being an actor and kissing someone and feeling weird about it. And that other someone isn't even like, come on, bitch, kiss me. He's like, hey, let me take some mints. Let me set you comfortable. Right. I know you feel awkward. How can I make you feel good? Because Jason Segel is universally known as a good dude. And yet it's part of her tragic life that she felt weird kissing someone, not her husband.
Dude, yeah. I mean, there's so much worse things. Even in that realm, like I'm married too. I blew a guy last night for crack. You know what I mean? Like it was awkward kissing my wife after that. Way more than this. I'll bet she got paid way more than half an 8-ball for How I Met Your Mother.
I'm honestly confused. You're a New York City comic. Wouldn't you blow someone for stage time?
No, crack.
Oh, okay.
I'm good enough to get stage time, just not good enough to get paid a lot for it. So I'll get the stage time and then I blow a guy for crack.
Grubbs has a great one. Don't send Barrett. It would screw up their no officers fragged since 1972 safety poster.
Ah,
This
nice.
many days since officer fragged by own soldiers, then Barron shows up.
That's true. He's like 6'8". He's easy to hit too.
Yeah, he would be. Is there anything else? Oh, she had several pilots fail after How I Met Your Mother ended. So she, there we go. Oh my God. She suffered from a crippling migraine while on Dancing with the Stars. Dude, she had a headache. Jake, he was deeply saddened by the shocking death of Michelle Trachtenberg, her friend from Buffy. So she lost a friend and she felt bad like anyone would. Tragic. I mean, it's sad that Michelle passed.
Again,
And that
I can't be mad at her for any of this. This is 100% this douchebag writer.
It is the article, yeah. But they got me. Like I'm clicking it. I'd love it. It's a brilliant headline.
Yeah, I mean, this is I mean, if someone was interviewing me about this podcast today, and I was just casually going, "Yeah, man, it is a bit of a pain in the ass because that Timmel got booted for saying something about Noam again, and my stupid baby screwed up my laptop, so I had to borrow my wife's." You know what I mean?
We didn't even finish that. We got banned just as I had asked you. Tell everybody why you're using your wife's laptop, because I said, Jake, tell us why you're using your that I got booted off TikTok again.
Yeah, I was out in the living room just to the left of me last night, and I hear splashing, and I realize that my 1-year-old has figured out how to take my chair, push it to the desk. He climbed up on there and poured an entire thing of water, like it was full, directly on top of my keyboard that was open.
Ooh, that's gotta sting.
Yeah.
How? The neat thing is what did Apple just released those new? What is it? Neo, the cheap computer for students and beginners. Yeah, it's the power of an Apple, but affordable.
Yeah, no, I mean, I should be. It's honestly like I can kind of get it. It's under warranty, And
did you dump rice on it?
No, I tipped it upside down on a towel and turned it off.
There you go.
Yeah,
well, it's under warranty, so that's good.
It was annoying, or as the writer of this article would have called it, literally worse than genocide. Is what happened to me yesterday with my computer. It is worse than literal genocide.
That'll be a Jake suffers worse than literal genocide tragedy at his home, and then
according
it'll be
to Yahoo News, this is my Vietnam. Every time I see a baby with a computer, I will have flashbacks like a non-vet playing with firecrackers, and I'll start mumbling like Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now. He could have dumped it on the side of the computer, but he dumped it right on top. All right, next news story. This one, I love this story. Nothing's going to happen. Now we're getting a little more serious. We're getting away from South Park and Allison Hanigan. Judge rules companies are entitled to refunds for Trump tariffs overturned by Supreme Court. So Trump enacted illegal tariffs, collected money for a year. The Supreme Court said, yeah, you can't do that. And now companies are saying, to defeat for the Trump administration, a federal judge in New York ruled Wednesday that companies that paid tariffs struck down by the Supreme Court are due refunds. We're not going to pay anybody. But it is interesting to think how bad has Trump fucked this country? I mean, the healthcare implications we discussed last week are going to be generational. It goes, let's read the other headline. Jobs are falling, spending is too, that's a problem. Instead of job gains last month, unemployment rose because of 92,000 jobs lost after in January. This war is we're only a week into it, or less than that. We're about a week, isn't it? Wasn't it last Saturday? It was last Saturday, so we're a week into it. And they're hitting all our allies. This is interesting. I mean, this is everything we said would happen. Anyone with the IQ above that of a turnip. And everybody said, we're chicken little sky is falling. And here we are. 1 year, war, close to recession, unemployment, higher taxes by tariffs, illegal.
It's
Well,
fantastic.
the war is legal because if you read the Constitution, to go to war, the president has to get permission from Congress, the King of Saudi Arabia, and the Prime Minister of Israel. And in the immortal words of
Two or three.
Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, you know? So I don't see what everyone's upset about. Do you not want to go to war on behalf of Saudi Arabia and Israel? Then you're un-American and you fucking hate this country.
The Onion had a great headline this morning. Let me click it. Donald Trump writes Benjamin Netanyahu a strongly worded check. And he's at the Oval Office writing in a checkbook. It's like a strongly worded check. That was great. But here we go. Todd says, after they raised prices on us to make it for the tariffs in the first place, sounds a little coincidental. Yeah. And Led has a comment about your son. Condoms for the win.
Oh yeah. I regret saving that 50 cents on a Trojan that night. By God, we had water all over that thing.
See, but it's even worse when my kid does something dumb or damaging. You are just king sperm. You had a baby because you were with your wife and boom, pregnant. We did IVF. So we actively hunted out and said, all right, we are making a baby. We are using science. We are using medical technology. We are planning this thing out. You just like, oh shit, I guess we're having a baby. So with me, when my kid does something worse, it's actively worse because we went through the process of making this our children.
Yeah,
so.
No, it was very free for me. The only cost I spent conceiving the child is whatever I had to drink that night. So it was way cheaper.
It was the level amount too. You didn't get to whiskey dick, and you didn't get to I can't.
Funny you should mention that. You know what helps with that? Now I'm getting a little serious with it. Taking tinctures, the weed tincture, like the edibles, basically. The tinctures are like the weed liquids. I take those every night, and it keeps me from drinking too much for the most part. And basically, it gets me like I don't get like really really high. I just take enough to get like a little high. And I don't feel the need to like, oh, there's some tequila in the freezer. What's it doing there? I better put good use to the rest of that bottle. I can just like have a few like a normal human being, and then go to sleep or whatever, and I'm fine.
I like how you say like a normal human being. We have zero. We have like maybe a vodka spritzer. Like you don't have to have tequila in your freezer. That's a normal human being. Like I'm not going to drink myself to sleep. That's normal.
Well, I don't have to drink myself to sleep anymore. I get high myself to sleep, and I kind of drink a little bit to sleep. So I've turned a new corner, is what I'm saying.
Ken is on your side with weed for the win, but
also weed makes dudes hornier than dogs, man. I'll bet. You know how people were saying, "Oh, the alcohol companies don't want weed to be legal because people would drink less." I think that's true, but I think they were teaming up with Viagra because I think Viagra was like, "Dude, ain't nobody gonna need us when they get them edibles in them. Nobody."
Nice. Well, let's go back to the story because I don't know if you've heard the phrase "the math doesn't math." But the federal government collected more than $130 billion in the now defunct tariffs through mid-December and could ultimately be on the hook for refunds worth $175 billion. Is that with interest? I don't understand how it doesn't say that.
Well,
it's because of interest. It just says that's what they could be. There's no explanation of why the jump in refunds.
I don't know all the details, but all I know about tariffs is they are paid by the company who is importing the good, right? So that means the refund will go back to the companies. And if there's one thing I know about American corporations, they're pretty generous. I'll bet they'll give us all that money and not keep it. I feel good about this.
Yeah, I mean, here's what'll happen. It'll go through the courts. I'm spitballing right now. I am making this up off the top of my head because this is the way American politics works. A Democrat, it'll go into the courts and Trump will refuse to pay and he'll get ordered to pay and he'll refuse to pay. A Democrat will win the presidency next because if you think about it, Democrats only win the presidency after Republicans have fucked things up beyond repair. Bush Sr. puts us into a recession. Clinton wins. Oh, we like Clinton. We'll keep him. Then, even though they like Clinton, Junior wins, puts us into a war, the economic collapse of 2008. Obama wins. Oh, shit, he's doing a great job. Keep him. Things are going too well. Let's do Trump. Trump fucks everything up. Elect Biden. Biden doesn't do great. He just sort of, we do better coming out of COVID than most industrialized nations. We're on a path to success, but people are stupid and they have a bad memory. So they elect Trump. Here we are now. So a Democrat wins next, pays back the tariffs, and then Republicans run on, oh, look, he spent $175 billion and put us into deficit, and then a Republican wins because it's just man. A back and forth of stupid.
About the fact that, what, the court told him to do a thing? I'll bet that means he's going to do it. When Congress voted for him to release the Epstein files, and then a month and a half later, he was like, yeah, here you go. We're only showing it to Congress, 4 computers at a time. And they're like, what's with all these lines through all the stuff? Oh, those were the lines that were put there by somebody else. I don't know who did it, And it's like, wait a minute, it still has a bunch of black lines through all the information we want to know. This is the same as not releasing these fucking things. So yeah, I bet he's going to he's going to give us redacted checks. And it's going to be like, wait a minute, the amount is crossed off. It says, wait a minute, I can't. And the bank said, I'm sorry, I can't cash a redacted check. You're just going to have to unredact it.
I mean, that's one way to do it. You just play it out. Ken says you can have sex for 2 hours with weeds. So that's like Sting type tantric sex. Here's a problem. Why would you want to?
Well, I think he's being facetious a bit.
I love sex. It's fun. Yeah. The best part though is the ending. And I'm not saying you should get to the ending, the release as quickly as possible, but I'm just saying that, you're having fun, but that part where you orgasm, that's the best part. So I don't need to wait 2 hours for that.
I don't know, man. It does feel way better on weed for sure. Like all of it. So I'm a big fan of edibles, man. I love them. I'm way healthier on these things. You know what I mean? Because I'm not drinking to where I'm so goddamn hungover the next day that I'm just eating like shit and not exercising. Like I'm running and all that now. I'm down like 50 pounds, man.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, no, I gained back like 10 in the winter months. But I still, I'm still here and there when I can, when the weather's nice.
Ken just said this is you can go 2 hours, but you need a gallon of lube. I have a joke in my set when my wife and I, before we went to in vitro fertilization, when they said, like, you go to a fertility specialist when you're not getting pregnant, and they don't automatically start you on a fertility treatment program. They tell you to just have more sex during the ovulation cycle. And that's one of my jokes is like, you can't use lube because lube catches the spermies. So you have to just have natural lubricant. And so chafing becomes a reality when you have a lot of sex and you can't use lube. That's what I talk about.
Here's another cool thing about is I don't really have that problem. I have a micro penis, man, and a lot of people don't talk about the benefits to micropeni as it's called in Latin. Really, I think most dudes should get penis reductions. To tell you the truth, I love my micro penis.
I mean, certainly
I wouldn't
it makes
gain an inch if I could.
It's I heard a joke. I can't remember whose it was, but it's something about it makes it a lot easier convincing for anal. When it's got a Snickers fun size.
Yeah, hell, you can even do an oopsie and they barely notice with mine. I mean, it's great.
But back to so I hit the headline: jobs are falling, but I forgot to say that because of Iran and the jobs notice 92,000 lost and unemployment going up. The stock market took a hit, and everybody talks about how the stock market doesn't benefit middle class workers because they're not invested, but it does because corporations base hiring on stock price. This is a triple whammy. You got jobs numbers falling, unemployment rising, and the stock market falling. Where do you think this is going? Because defense spending will increase, as it always does. But that's not going to help.
I mean, really, I don't think that this war's going to, and I could be wrong on this, man, but I think he pulls out of it fairly quickly. Now, again, it could just be that he's so bought off by, the weapons companies and whatever oil company is going to get the contracts. Because let's face it, all the stuff that went down in Iraq didn't help like most of the oil companies, but it helped Halliburton, and they were the ones bribing Bush and Cheney to do that, you know?
And as we said last week,
all the contracts. The rest of the
we've already forgotten about Venezuela, so we're on to the new.
Right. Yeah. And so he's clearly doing a thing in his second term where he's like, I'm just going to enrich myself. I don't have to worry about running again. He wouldn't have done this in the first term because he was getting a lot of popularity with the I'm against foreign wars thing. Right.
Yeah.
But now he doesn't have to worry about it because he's not running again. That said, he seems to be getting a lot of pushback even from his own side, because it's not like Iraq where we were on the heels of 9/11. And they could basically turn to us and be like, hey, remember when 3,000 people got taken out? Well, that happened from some, underground network of insurgents that kind of goes through many different countries, and it could happen any moment again. So we got to go to this one and get them. And I mean, people were freaked the fuck out. We don't have a 9/11 that we're coming off the boots of to where everyone's like, oh yeah, we need to get Iran. Oh, I'm terrified of Iran. Like, it's not, you're either like, super so deep in the Trump base that he could skin a baby on live TV and you would call the baby a domestic terrorist like Kristi Noem did with the people of Minnesota. Or, if you're a little bit moderate even, you're kind of going against this war, or you're at least silent. And that's going to increase the longer this war goes, because it's just not popular among American people. It's just not, we shouldn't be there. We're clearly doing this on behalf of Israel. And before anybody, you said something bad about Israel, you're an anti-Semite. Like, hey man, I don't want to go to war on behalf of Saudi Arabia either, which we're kind of doing now too. I don't want to go to war on behalf of Palestine. I don't want to go to war on behalf of Denmark. Any country other than the U.S., I don't think we should be getting in wars over. Other than the extreme, this guy with a little mustache is just mowing down borders and taking out millions of people. If it's that extreme, sure, but
except we didn't technically go to war to fight the mustache man. We only went to war because Japan bombed us, and Germany said, "Yeah, we take Japan's side." So it wasn't even like we said, "All right, we've got to go after Hitler."
Well, that's exactly it, man. And now, to be fair to the countries like U.S. that didn't want to jump in on World War II right away, keep in mind what had happened just a generation prior. You had what? World War I.
World War I.
Which all the countries like, dude, we lost so much money, so many people. It fucked up an entire generation of dudes because this Archduke Ferdinand got taken. Like, what? And you all jumped in over that. I'm not doing this. And everybody was saying, no, this guy with a little mustache is way worse. You said that last time. Yeah, he's eating babies. Whatever, dude. That's their problem. We're not losing a bunch of guys again. This ain't, it's a terrible thing this guy's doing, but Europe should deal with it. This is a Central European problem. They should deal with that. And that was kind of the mindset. And it's sort of
my wife is calling, so I gotta. Hello. I can't hear you. Hold on.
Ask her what's going on with TikTok.
Hello?
Somebody just stole my cell phone, and I need you to track its location.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Someone just stole my wife's cell phone, so I've got to track it. I've got to see where it's going. So.
Oh, shit.
That's
not good.
I'm going to disconnect my earbuds. Can you talk for a couple of seconds?
Hey, man, do you maybe want to end the podcast early and find your wife's stolen cell phone?
I'm on the podcast with Jake. Yeah, why don't we cut the podcast here, and because this is the big ticket item. So I'm Nathan Timmel. That's Jake Vevra. Jake, I'll call you about podcasting later in the week because we're going to miss it. But I thought I was going to barf, but it turns out stolen cell phone. All right, bye everybody.